Hello, hello, hello. This is Tom from Tom and Ruth Philippine Adventures. Today I want to report. It came out on Philstar yesterday, 2:16 p.m. on the July the 6th. Of course, today is July 7th, so I'm kind of late getting this information out. I think a couple other vloggers already put this out. Philstar, the Inquirer.net, has some information I think might be interesting for a lot of us here. No alternative but to reopen the economy amid the spike in new COVID-19 cases. So what they're saying is, as they're looking at reopening the economy, while saddened by the spike of new cases yesterday, the government has no alternative but to reopen the economy. And one of the reasons why, common sense would tell you that they want to open it up because there are a lot of people that actually depends on the economy. All of us do because it helps feed the families and friends that have businesses that have things that they need to have sell. Actually, not only that, how about getting the goods and services that they normally would get from other countries and things like that? Open up the more trade selling rice, buying rice. So it opens up a lot of doors, and they need to do that. The Philippines recorded quite a few new honey badger cases, 2,000 on Sunday, and then nationwide it's up to 44. But what it is, a lot of the cases are asymptomatic. So that means that you're carrying the virus, but they're not sick. I think we don't have any alternative, is what they're saying, but to really open up the economy. If we don't reopen, we may be alive, but we will die because we don't have any livelihoods. And that, as you know, is a real important factor. That's really the sense of this whole thing is since this has happened, this has affected so many people from all over the world, and not only in one area, but everybody's affected throughout the world. It stopped everything. So to crank it back up does not mean that it's going to just turn a switch on and the economy is just going to start immediately. But the positive note to this would be it may open the opportunity for business to reopen, for flights to reopen, and for family to come see family and family to do things. Now, they already have GCQs in place and MCQs in place. They are, as you know, like in Cebu, they will no longer report any cases that are listed in Cebu. They're just going to say, I don't even know if they're reporting any cases anymore. Most areas in the country, I'm reading the article now, most areas in the country are under GCQ or modified, where most businesses are allowed to resume, but at a limited capacity. And that even can cause conflict. Think about the people that have businesses such as sorry stores or businesses, the tricycles, the taxis, the airlines, the airline people that work at the airlines, the support staff for that. I think about the people that manufacture cars and all the manufacturing and manufacture a lot of stuff here, because as you know, there's a lot of companies that are here and manufacture a lot of great and wonderful items. So the lone area under the strictest lockdown is uh, is Cebu City. The government, this gentleman's name is, I'm not going to pronounce his name correctly, so I won't say it. Said the government is looking at the balance between health and economy. Nothing that most of the new cases that they're reporting are mild cases. Um, while numbers are increasing, let's look at the data. The good news is, if you can tell if this is good news, they are asymptomatic cases or mild cases. So whether that's, you could take that as good news and bad news, but they're looking at an aspect is they have to get things back to the point where they're actually doing business again. And I understand that. You have to make decisions somewhere along the lines to what are you going to do? You're going to have to open up something. You're going to have to you're going to have to do that, because what's happening is everything is completely shut down. You could actually go to town now, and in my town, 80% of the businesses are open. The other 20 are shut down and will never reopen. The 80% of the businesses are struggling. except for the big retailers like Mercury Drugs. They're always busy. You have the select few, but even the hardware stores are hurting. Even the businesses of vulcanizing, the tire shops, the auto mechanic shops, because people can't afford to get the cars fixed. People can't even afford to get a flat tire fixed. People are, in a lot of cases, just needing some rice, you know. So they have to make a decision on what is best for that. And so they're looking at that to open, and I understand that. Nothing less, the government is not ruling out the option to go back to a stricter type quarantine. So if you look at they could go back to stricter quarantine. But right now, as it stands, we are under modified where I'm at, and some areas are in GCQ still. I'm not sure. I'm thinking now, even in my case here, I still cannot get to Davao if I need to go to Davao. If I wanted to go to Davao, I can't get Davao. There's no buses running. If I wanted to go CDO, there is buses, but it's limited. What it does, it goes from here to a partial place, and it stops, and you have to wait for another bus. It don't go directly like it used to, directly to CDO. So you got to actually wait for another bus. You can wait. Some are saying they're waiting 2 and 3 hours for a bus. So you wait, stop at this. I can't even pronounce that name. Monlock Fortich. Yeah, Manolo Fortich. You have to wait there, and that's I don't know, 15, 20 kilometer outside of CDO. And then you can wait there an hour. You can wait there 10 minutes. You can wait there 2 hours, depending on when you get there. On a bus, it goes there, and then you got to come back and do the same to go back out. And get this, the problem with that is not everybody can get on the bus. In other words, the seats, they used to, they'd fill them and stand them and pack them. Now it's not. Now they stand them and, in other words, they have a seat, and a seat. So there's an aisle and an aisle now. So they're only getting a partial capacity where they used to can really fill it up. So that creates another problem. So you may have to keep waiting. It could take you a few hours to get home. And some of my friends have actually done that. So they said it's easier to rent a car to someone to take them, but that can cost you $60 to $80 US, or up to $100, because the fuel going there is $30. There and back is $30, no matter. It's going to cost $30. It's $10, $15 there, $10, $15 back there, because you're driving 150, 180 kilometers or more, a little more than that, before you need to go. And then when you get in the city, where are you going to drive around to, right? So there you go. I'm not saying this, what this gentleman says. It worsens our critical care capacity, or the doubling rate returns what it was before, which it really was fast. We don't have an alternative. We will go back under GCQ. But it's our appeal to our countrymen. If we return stricter quarantine, we may lose our livelihoods. So their decision is based upon um, what they're losing money. Health and wealth, right? Well, here's a couple of things I just want to add into that, and then I'll close this down. Uh, we all still can do our thing. We can still do our part. We can still wear our masks. We can still do safe distancing. Make sure we have alcohol and wash our hands and things like that. So we can protect ourselves and protect the others at the same time. So that in itself is a big thing. You know, not everybody wears a mask. There are some hard-headed here, hard-headed in U.S. that I see are not wearing masks. I had a friend of mine send me a video link, or he was at up in Manila, and only about 10% was wearing masks. So prepare that if they open it up, you're going to see where they're going to actually really make people. They're going to crack down on it. Now, I understand in U.S. they're cracking down a lot of states. They're making people do it. But this is really going to the people that are in U.S. or thinking about coming here to the Philippines. Hopefully it's sooner than later. When they're going to open up the flights to where it's all out, I have no idea. I don't have any information on that. But I thought you guys like to have this information so you guys can see this and actually get an idea on what's going on here. So this happened yesterday. So hopefully you guys like it. A couple of the bloggers already put it out. But if you didn't get it, maybe you can get it from me. God bless everybody. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, always watching our videos. And thank you so much for always coming on our channel. God bless. Now I need to figure out how to shut this down. New thing.